Write this down, underline it, and say it out loud with me. Budgeting is not restriction, it's rulership. Managers give every dollar an assignment. That's the thesis of this entire journey. A budget is not a prison, it is a throne. It is the seat of your authority over what has been entrusted to you. When you put money under management, you put your mind under peace. Anxiety is not a money problem. Anxiety is a management problem. Hear me, your chest tightens, not because the digits are small, but because the dollars are wandering. Uncertainty breeds fear, order breeds rest. Peace is the child of clarity. When every dollar has a mission, your heart can sleep. When money is loitering with no assignment, it becomes a gang in your wallet, causing trouble, breaking windows, making noise. Order the gang and the neighborhood gets quiet. In a kingdom, no one owns anything. The king owns everything. That includes the air in your lungs, the house you live in, and the money in your account. You are not an owner, you are a steward, a manager placed over the king's property to administer his will in the colony of earth. Everybody say, I own nothing. I manage everything entrusted to me. Say it again, tell your soul agrees. I own nothing. I manage everything entrusted to me. If you own nothing, you can lose nothing. A manager cannot be anxious over what he does not own. He becomes faithful over what he's been assigned. Work does not attract money. Management does. Money is an idea, and ideas are attracted to order. That is why a budget is holy work. It is your dominion mandate expressed in numbers. When you budget, you are not shrinking your life. You are stretching your leadership. You are telling resources, you report to me and I report to the king. If God cannot get it through you, he won't get it to you. A budget is a channel he can trust. Now hear the promise. This is not a one-time event. This is a weekly ritual of rulership. A calm, consistent, Sunday night settle accounts moment. 20 minutes where you sit like a governor at your table, open the ledger, and give every dollar its decree. Do this and watch arguments die in your kitchen. Do this and watch debt thinking lose its voice in your head. Do this and watch increase find your address, because management attracts more to manage. I speak as your brother and as a kingdom teacher. You are not at the mercy of money. Money will be at the service of your purpose. Put your hand on your heart and declare, I reclaim my peace by assigning my resources. I prophesy that as you embrace stewardship over ownership and install this simple ritual, the government of peace shall rest upon your finances. Order is coming. Clarity is coming. Authority is returning. And the king will trust you with more. Let me confront a phrase that is destroying your peace. Write this down and circle it 3 times. It's my money is a lie. That sentence is the seed of fear, shame, and secrecy. The moment you say my, you put yourself in a courtroom you cannot win. You become judge, jury, and defendant over something you cannot control. That's why your stomach turns when a bill arrives, why you hide statements, why you're nervous to talk about finances with your spouse. Owners hide because they're afraid to be found out. Stewards report because they know they will be found faithful. In a kingdom, the king owns everything personally. Everybody say that with me. The king owns everything. Read it aloud again till your mind adjusts. The king owns everything. Citizens do not own. Citizens manage. You are not a consumer in this kingdom. You are a custodian. You are not a paycheck chaser. You are a property manager of the king's resources in his colony called earth. You own nothing. You manage everything entrusted to you. If you own nothing, you can lose nothing. Managers don't panic when the market shakes. They check the assignment and adjust the plan. That's rulership. This is not religious hype. This is practical deliverance. If you think you own it, you spend emotionally to keep your image alive. You buy to medicate, to impress, to escape. If you know you manage it, you spend intentionally to keep the mission moving. Owners ask, do I feel like it? Stewards ask, does the assignment require it? Owners say, I deserve this. Stewards say, the king deserves a report. One mindset produces overdrafts. The other produces overflow. Work does not attract money. Management does. Management starts with the mind. Listen to your language this week. my bonus, my raise, my side hustle. That's why your heart is racing. You think the source is you. The source is the king. You are the conduit. If God cannot get it through you, he will not get it to you. Conduits don't clog with secrecy. They flow with clarity. That's why secrecy is a sign of ownership. And ownership is a breeding ground for stress. But the moment you switch from owner to steward, meetings become easier. Numbers become cleaner. Conversations become safer. You can show your ledger because it's not about you. It's about faithful management. Put your hand on your head. This is a mind thing. Pray with me out loud. Lord, destroy my ungodly thinking about ownership. Teach me stewardship and accountability. Pull down every stronghold of my money in my mind. Give me the culture of your kingdom. Make me a faithful manager. Amen. Now put your hand on your heart and declare, I am not a consumer, I am a custodian. I am not a paycheck chaser. I am a property manager of the king. I will always lose what I mismanage, and I will always gain what I manage faithfully. Hear the verdict. Stress decreases the moment you stop acting like an owner and start managing like a steward. Peace comes where order rules, and order comes where stewardship reigns. This is your identity now. Manager, custodian, faithful servant. Wear it, speak it, live it. Your Sunday night ledger will make sense when your Monday mindset is right. And as we will see, the king only multiplies what is managed, not what is claimed. Open your Bible in your mind and read aloud with me slowly, like a citizen receiving policy from the king. He called his servants and entrusted his property to them. After a long time, the master returned and settled accounts with them. Write that down and underline every word that hurts your pride and heals your peace. Called, entrusted, his property, returned, settled accounts. In a kingdom, the king owns everything personally. You are called, you are entrusted, and there will be an accounting. Here is the king's management system in 3 beats. Beat 1, trust. He entrusted his property to them. That is divine confidence. The king does not give to owners. He entrusts to stewards. Money is not given to you. It is given through you for purpose. B2, test. After a long time, he returned and settled accounts. That is divine audit. Time does not erase responsibility. Time accumulates it. B3, promotion. Well done. You have been faithful over a few. I will set you over many. That is divine increase. Write this down. Trust, test, promotion. Say it with me. Entrusted, accounted, multiplied. Why does Jesus use money to teach this? Because money is the most personal mirror of management. Work does not attract money. Management does. The first 2 servants put it to work and return with more. In the kingdom, you don't work for money. Money works for you when you work for purpose. The 3rd servant buried it. He was not condemned for theft, but for mismanagement. The king called him wicked and lazy. Lazy is not sleeping late. Lazy is refusing to think, plan, and report. Burying is avoidance, dressed like caution. That is why secrecy is dangerous. It is a shovel. Now connect this to your weekly life. Sunday night is your settle accounts appointment. Not before your fear, but before your king. You sit down calmly, open the ledger, reconcile what was entrusted, and assign what remains. That is worship in numbers. When you do this every week, you pass the test consistently. What you measure, you can manage. What you manage, the king multiplies. If God cannot get it through you, he won't get it to you. Your Sunday night flow unclogs the conduit. Hear the love in the warning. Mismanagement is not merely a math issue. It is a faithfulness issue. The unfaithful servant had accurate math. He returned exactly what he received. Accuracy without increase is unfaithfulness in a kingdom of fruitfulness. Faithfulness is not passive. It is productive. The king rewards stewardship, not excuses. And yet, hear the comfort. Enter into the joy of your master. Peace and promotion live on the other side of faithful accounts. Place your hand on your heart and declare with authority, I will always lose what I mismanage. I will keep what I manage. I will multiply what I steward. Say it again until your spirit stands up straight, entrusted, accounted, multiplied. I am a faithful manager. I prophesy over you that as you honor this weekly audit before the Lord, your report will read, well done, your capacity will expand, and resources will locate your leadership. The king can trust you with more. Why Sunday night? Because timing is theology. The Sabbath is not escape, it is equipment. Rest is where you recover your identity, and from identity, you issue instructions. Sunday night is the bridge where worship hands the baton to work. Hear me. Rest without rulership becomes laziness. Work without rest becomes bondage. Sunday night marries them. You come out of the sanctuary of peace and you sit at the table of policy. You don't start your week reacting to bills. You start your week ruling your resources. Write this down. Order is not oppression. Order is dominion. On Sunday, you remember who the king is and who you are. On Sunday night, you remember what the money is for. You step out of songs and into sentences. You translate hallelujah into allocation. That's why it works. You decide in peace what you will do under pressure. You settle accounts before accounts unsettle you. Monday's noise cannot bully a soul that has already given every dollar an assignment. Peace is the atmosphere of authority. Authority is the parent of clarity. Clarity is the enemy of anxiety. This is what I call calm budgeting. No panic, no doom scrolling, no guilt, just clarity, order, obedience. You are not punished at that table. You are promoted at that table. You aren't whipping yourself for last week. You are leading yourself for next week. Take a deep breath, smile like a governor, and open the ledger. Look, some of you research a vacation for 6 hours, compare hotels, watch 12 videos on the best beaches, argue over room cents, and then say you don't have time to plan your money for 20 minutes. That's funny, but it's also foolish. You will plan to rest for a week, but refuse to plan the resources that could pay for it in cash. That's why Sunday night is genius. It saves you from the emergency that steals your next vacation. In a kingdom, the king owns everything personally, and managers meet before the week begins to receive assignment. Your Sunday night is that cabinet meeting, 20 minutes, tea or water, not chaos. Phone on silent. No condemnation, just questions. What came in? What went out? What remains? What is the mission of the next dollar? That's rulership. If God cannot get it through you, he won't get it to you. And he will not send more into confusion. He sends increase into order. You will notice something remarkable. When you install this peaceful ritual, Monday loses its teeth. The emails don't own you. The plan guides you. Bills become line items, not lions. Temptation becomes a conversation with a policy you already set in the presence of the king. Say with me right now, out loud, I start my week in peace, on purpose, with a plan. I settle accounts before accounts settle me. Order is not oppression. Order is dominion. And I rule my resources calmly every Sunday night. Write this down and underline it until your pen runs out. Money follows structure. Confusion is expensive. Clarity is profitable. Work does not attract money. Management does. And management begins with containers. You cannot carry water in your hands and then complain that you are thirsty. You need a vessel. Many of you don't have a money problem. You have a container problem. Your income is fine, but your buckets have holes. That's why you feel wet and still dehydrated. We are going to stop the leaks by installing what I call the kingdom ledger. One simple system, 4 clear accounts, visible and assigned. Here are the 4 buckets, adaptable to your life, but non-negotiable in purpose. Number 1, living needs. This is rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, transportation, insurance, life first, lifestyle later. Write that phrase in big letters. Number 2, saving reserve. This is your storehouse, your buffer, your emergency and future stability. It's not a wish, it's a policy. Number 3, giving generosity. This is the king's channel. Through you tithes, offerings, alms, spontaneous kingdom assignments. If God cannot get it through you, he won't get it to you. Number 4, purpose development. This is where you fund your future skills, courses, books, tools, business startup, licenses, anything that increases your capacity. Money is an idea. This account is your idea factory. Hear me like a father. These are not suggestions, they are lanes. When money has lanes, it stops crashing. When money has names, it stops wandering. Visibility creates accountability. Don't keep this in your head, make it physical. You can do this with 4 bank accounts named clearly, or 4 envelopes, or 4 digital categories in your budgeting app. I don't care if it's jars on your counter. What matters is assignment and visibility. When you open your app or your drawer, you must see where your money lives. If it is invisible, it will be irresponsible. Let me unpack the buckets. Living needs gets a fixed number that fits reality, not fantasy. If the number is tight, adjust lifestyle, not life. Eat from a list, drive on a plan, close the door on impulse. Saving reserve is paid like a bill to your future. Your future self must be on payroll. Transfer to it automatically. Weekly is best, so you never negotiate with your emotions. Giving generosity moves first because priority is theology in motion. You are declaring lordship with order. This is not tipping God. This is proving you are a conduit of the king's resources. Purpose development receives a steady flow. Stop feeding brands that do not feed you back. Shift from ornaments to instruments, from sneakers to seed, from gadgets to gear. Invest in what multiplies you. In a kingdom, the king owns everything personally. He will not pour increase into confusion. Genesis says he withheld rain until there was a man to manage the ground. Heaven waits for structure. When you create containers, you prophesy capacity. When you install lanes, you invite traffic. Work does not attract money. Management does. And management, my children, is containers, calendars, and checklists. Your Sunday night ritual now has a body, these 4 counts. Put your hand on your heart and say it aloud. I stop the leaks. I build the kingdom ledger. Every dollar reports to duty. I will always lose what I mismanage, but I will multiply what I steward. As you make this visible, names on accounts, transfers on schedule, watch waste dry up, watch peace rise, and watch the king trust you with more. Now let's give your Sunday night hands and feet. This is your faithful manager checklist. 20 minutes that change your week. Work does not attract money. Management does. If God cannot get it through you, he won't get it to you. So here is the ritual. Sit like a governor, breathe, no panic, just policy. Step 1, gather facts. 2 minutes, open your banking app. Don't guess, get numbers. Write down current balances across your 4 lanes. Living needs, saving reserve, giving generosity, purpose, development, and any general account you use for inflow. List what deposits are coming in before next Sunday salary, side work, refunds. Then list every bill due before next Sunday, dates and amounts. That's it. Facts first. Truth is the friend of managers. You cannot rule what you refuse to see. Step 2, reconcile. 3 minutes. Match the transactions since last Sunday to your ledger. Tick them off. If something surprises you, circle it. If something offends you, cancel it. Hidden drains are enemies of destiny. Underline that. Small leaks sink big ships. Audition every subscription. If it doesn't feed your mission, it doesn't deserve your money. Flag bank fees, double charges, and auto pays you forgot. Call, negotiate, close the hole. Managers don't complain about leaks, they plug them. Step 3, assign every dollar 7 minutes. This is rulership. Take what is in your inflow and give every dollar a name and a job. Everybody say, every dollar has a name. Every name has a purpose. Start with priority giving first, saving second, living third, then purpose. Fund your giving generosity assignment. Move your saving reserve like a non-negotiable bill. Set living needs to the real number, not a fantasy. Then place seed into purpose development. Break it down to line items, groceries, fuel, insurance, books, cost fee, tool, offering. Nothing remains unassigned because unassigned money is undisciplined money. 0 leftovers. If there is overflow, it gets a job. If there is shortage, you adjust lifestyle, not life. Managers do the math. Then they make the move. Step 4, schedule transfers. 3 minutes. Put dates on it. Click automate for giving and saving first. Automation is humility. It admits you don't trust your emotions, and that's wisdom. When feelings would argue on Wednesday, the transfer already preached your theology on Sunday. Schedule, bill pays, set reminders. The king favors order because order proves intention. Step 5, communicate, 5 minutes. If you're married or leading a household, give the 2-sentence briefing. This week, we are focusing on X. We are protecting Y, clear and kind. We're focusing on finishing the car insurance. We're protecting the reserve. Or we're focusing on sowing into that course. We're protecting groceries by eating the plan. Agreement prevents ambush. Unity is cheaper than silence. There it is. 20 minutes of faithful management. Simple, repeatable, holy. Do this calmly every Sunday night and watch crisis become clarity. Say it again. With authority, every dollar has a name. Every name has a purpose. I prophesy that as you honor this weekly appointment, surprises will shrink, peace will rise, and the king will trust you with more. Entrusted, accounted, multiplied. You are a faithful manager. Now that the money has lanes, put the lanes in order. Write this down and underline it until your pen gets tired. Give first, save second, live third, then purpose. Priority is theology in motion. Your order of allocation is a confession of lordship. You are not paying bills first, you are establishing government first. Seek first the kingdom is not a lyric, it is a ledger. The first move reveals the first master. The giving account moves first, not leftover, not if it works out, first. Why? Because generosity is the proof that money is not your king, you are a conduit of the king. If God cannot get it through you, he won't get it to you. Giving is not God taking, it is God trusting. When you move that first portion, you are issuing a public decree to your soul. I do not serve mammon. Mammon serves my mission. You quiet the fear that says, if I give, I will have less, by remembering kingdom math. The open hand never runs out of room. This is not tipping God. This is declaring jurisdiction. The river that flows is the river that is fed, saved, second. Storehouse is stewardship, not fear. Joseph did not stockpile because he was paranoid. He stored because he was prophetic. He read the season and created a buffer to protect purpose. Your reserve is not a shrine, it is a shield. It keeps you from selling destiny at discount when famine knocks. The wise store up oil, the fool swallows everything he receives. Do not call hoarding wisdom, and do not call prudence unbelief. Saving is simply paying your future on time. Make it automatic so your emotions cannot interfere. The amount may be small, the order is the obedience. Faithfulness with a little attracts the more. Work does not attract money, management does. Live third. Needs are legitimate, but they must submit to order. Rent, lights, food, transport, life first, lifestyle later, but only after you've honored the king and protected the mission. Many of you are starving your future to feed your impulses. Netflix is not a need, it is a negotiation. Urgent and important are not the same. Eat from a list, drive on a plan, entertainment visits. Essentials live here. When life bows to order, peace stands up in your house. Then purpose. Purpose is not the crumbs after convenience. It is the engine after obedience. This account funds your capacity, skills, certifications, tools, marketing, mentorship, anything that multiplies you. Money is an idea. This is your idea factory. Stop dressing your insecurity and start equipping your assignment. Shift from ornaments to instruments, less logo, more leverage. When you invest in capacity, money begins to work for you because you are working for purpose. Practice this on Sunday night in that order. Move generosity, fund reserve, cover needs, seed purpose. If the numbers are small, smile. The throne is large. The order will train your heart before it transforms your totals. Put your hand on your heart and say it out loud. King first, future next, life under order, purpose on mission. Priority is my theology in motion, and my allocation reveals who rules my finances. As you keep this order, watch anxiety evaporate, watch wisdom accumulate, and watch the king trust you with more. Some of you are saying, Pastor, my income jumps like a goat on a tin roof. I'm a freelancer. I'm on commission. I've got 3 side hustles. How do I budget that? Write this down and breathe. Your income may move, but your peace must not move with it. In a kingdom, the king owns everything personally, and managers don't ride waves. They build piers. Irregular income is not a curse. Unmanaged irregular income is chaos. Work does not attract money. Management does. So we install a system that makes moving money submit to an unmoving plan. Here is the plan. Simple and royal. Establish a base budget. The base is the minimum weekly amount required to honor your priority order, a consistent giving portion, a set saving transfer, and the essentials of living. Not your dream number, your minimum mission number. Write it somewhere. You must see it every Sunday night. That number becomes your weekly target. Everything you receive plugs into that base first. When the week's income covers the base, you smile like a governor because the government is funded. Anything above the base is not fund money. It is overflow with assignment. Now we build a buffer. Joseph built storehouses before the famine. That's management. Start small. Don't be proud. Be faithful. First target, $100, sitting in a name buffer account you don't touch. Celebrate that like a miracle because it is order in seed form. Next target, 1 full week of your base funded in advance. After that, 1 month, management grows in stages just like faith. Heaven sends rain where there is storage. Increase looks for structure. If God cannot get it through you, he won't get it to you, and he will not send more into your leaks. Here's the Sunday night move. When the income is high, do not upgrade appetite, upgrade stability, pre-fund future weeks. Literally set aside next week's base, then the next inside the buffer. Label them. Week 1, week 2, week 3. Pay tomorrow while you have today. When income is low, do not panic or pause your identity. Draw from the buffer to meet the base. Protect essentials. Keep generosity consistent, even if smaller, because order is your confession of lordship, not your reaction to luck. A steady, open hand trains your soul to rule mammon when mammon is moody. I have to pastor your mouth right now. Say this out loud until the fear retreats. I am not broke. I am in transition, and I will manage my way into stability. Again, I am not broke. I am in transition, and I will manage my way into stability. Owners panic. Stewards plan. Your base gives you a target. Your buffer gives you time. Together they turn irregular into reliable. Keep the Sunday appointment. Fund the base. Feed the buffer. And watch the God of order turn your ways into a highway for increase. Entrusted, accounted, multiplied. Now we aim the sword at a stubborn enemy. Poverty thinking. Write this down and let it offend the excuses in your head. Poverty is not just lack of money. Poverty is lack of management and lack of creativity. Laziness is not sleeping. Laziness is refusing to think, to plan, to ask, to negotiate. Money is an idea. Ideas multiply under management. Work does not attract money. Management does. In a kingdom, the king owns everything personally, and he does not fund waste. He promotes wisdom. So on Sunday night, after you fund the base and feed the buffer, you conduct an expense audit, not with guilt, but with government. Ask these 2 questions out loud like a manager in a board meeting. What did I pay for that did not serve purpose? What am I tolerating because I'm avoiding? Then add a few more. Which bill grew without permission? Which subscription auto-renewed because I was asleep? Where did convenience tax my destiny because I failed to plan my meals, my routes, my time? Hold every dollar to the mission. Owners hide, stewards report. This is not punishment. This is promotion in process. Now here are the 3 royal moves. Simple, sharp, and weekly. Number 1, cancel. Useless goes first. Duplicate apps. Streaming you don't watch. Memberships that stroke your ego but starve your future gone. You don't need 6 platforms telling you the same joke. Cancel the trial that turned into a trap. Free yourself from the $10 leaks that drown $1,000 dreams. Number 2, negotiate. Overprice must kneel. Call the phone company, the internet provider, the insurance, the credit card. Use your calm Sunday list and your weekday voice. I'm comparing rates. What can you do to retain me? Ask for loyalty discounts, promotional pricing, fee reversals. 15 minutes of management is sometimes worth $50 of mercy. Number 3, replace. Swap for lower cost or higher value. Cook 3 dinners this week instead of eating your buffer at the drive-thru. Borrow the tool. Use the library. Buy quality used instead of flashy new. Replace soda with water and chaos with a grocery list. Replace brand addiction with purpose allocation. Let me pass to your shoes for a moment. Some of you are wearing your rent on your feet. You're performing wealth with labels while paying interest to stay poor. Poor people dress up. Wealthy managers dress purpose. I met a billionaire with holes in his shoes because he put his money to work, not on show. Kingdom citizens don't perform well. They build capacity. Shift from ornaments to instruments. Less logo, more leverage. Every cut is not lost. It is seed redirected. Make the audit visible. On Sunday night, write a simple ledger. Vendor, amount, purpose, action, cancel, negotiate, replace, circle the wins, schedule the calls. Set price alerts. Put a cap on categories that love to lie. Then celebrate stewardship. If God cannot get it through you, he won't get it to you. Entrusted, accounted, multiplied. Close your eyes and say it with me. Lord, deliver me from avoidance. Give me creative management. My money will not wander, it will work. And write this down. Anything you do not measure, you cannot manage. Keep measuring, keep managing. Watch peace increase and waste decrease in Jesus' name. Money is an idea. Write that down and underline it in your soul. Money is not paper. It is permission. It is a concept converted into currency by management. In a kingdom, the king owns everything personally, and he distributes resources to citizens who can convert ideas into impact. That's why your budget is not a prison. It is a purpose plan. It is the boardroom where ideas receive funding, deadlines, and accountability. In that Sunday night meeting, you are not punishing your desires. You are promoting your destiny. You are taking what God entrusted and giving it assignments that serve his agenda. Work does not attract money. Management does. And management is the discipline of financing ideas on a timeline. So we add one royal question to your Sunday ritual. Ask it out loud until your walls memorize your voice. What assignment this week increases my capacity to serve the king's agenda? Not what makes me look rich, but what makes me more useful to heaven. Then you fund the answer no matter how small. Maybe it's $30 for a short course to sharpen a skill that raises your value. Maybe it's $20 for a used tool that unlocks a side service. Maybe it's $15 for a book that upgrades your thinking. Maybe it's $50 for simple marketing flyers, a domain name, a clean landing page that tells the world what you solve. Maybe it's $10 into a micro investment that trains you to own instead of only consume. Small allocations compound into new capacity. Seeds look unimpressive, but trees do not apologize. If God cannot get it through you, he won't get it to you. And he rarely sends harvest to people who refuse to plant skill, credibility, or visibility. Hear me like a father. Purpose funds pleasure. Pleasure does not fund purpose. Enjoyment is not forbidden in the kingdom. It is supposed to be assigned. Unassigned pleasure becomes rebellion. Assigned rest becomes worship. When you put rest on the plan, you protect joy from guilt, and you protect destiny from distraction. Take the kids for ice cream on purpose. Schedule a simple date on purpose. Budget for a movie on purpose. That is not carnality. That is governance. A steward who plans delight proves he rules desire rather than desire ruling him. The problem has never been joy. It has been hijacked priorities. Your budget then becomes a runway, not handcuffs. It gives your ideas thrust, sequence, and altitude. On Sunday night, move your giving first, your reserve second, your living third. Then look your purpose development in the eye and say, what grows me this week? Put a number beside it and a date under it. When the number is tiny, the obedience is mighty. Heaven trusts consistent managers, not loud dreamers. You are transforming dollars into destiny by assigning them to learning, tools, relationships, and platforms that make you fruitful. Place your hand on your heart and declare it until your mind submits. I do not chase money, I pursue purpose, and I manage resources to serve it. Say it again. Money is an idea. My budget is my purpose plan. Every dollar is a servant. I am a faithful manager. As you keep this lens, purpose leading, budget following, watch stress turn into strategy, watch fear turn into focus, and watch the King send more, because you have proven you can turn his ideas into impact. Entrusted, accounted, multiplied. Now we close like managers standing before our King. Hear the whole journey in one breath. We renounce the ownership lie and embrace stewardship. You own nothing. The King owns everything. And if you own nothing, you can lose nothing. We install the Kingdom Ledger 4 accounts to stop the leaks, giving generosity, saving reserve, living needs, purpose development. We practice the 20-minute Sunday night settle accounts checklist. We put our allocation in royal order: give first, save second, live third, then purpose. We tamed irregular income with base budget plus buffer. We broke poverty thinking with a weekly expense audit: cancel, negotiate, replace. We turned the budget from a prison into a purpose plan. Work does not attract money, management does. If God cannot get it through you, he won't get it to you. Here is your commissioning. Underline this. Sunday night is my appointment to settle accounts. Put it on your calendar for the next 8 weeks. Same time, same chair, same calm. Set an alarm. Choose tea, not chaos. For the next 7 days, track every dollar, every coffee, every click, every cash slip. Next Sunday, return to the table and reconcile in peace. If you're married or in community, send a checklist to your spouse or a trusted friend tonight. Ask them to ask you one question every Sunday. Did you settle accounts? Unity is cheaper than silence. Accountability is faster than regret. Place your hand on your heart. Pray with me. Father, in the name of Jesus, destroy anxiety rooted in ownership. Heal shame attached to past mismanagement. Release wisdom, order, and creative solutions. Break the spirit of avoidance. Open our eyes to leaks. Give us courage to cancel, humility to negotiate, and vision to replace. Establish in us the calm of Sunday rulers and the consistency of faithful servants. I decree Matthew 25 over you. You are entrusted, you are counted, and you will be multiplied. I prophesy promotions, approvals, discounts, restored opportunities, and divine connections flowing to faithful managers. Everyone who manages more will be given. Now declare with me, Sunday night is my appointment to settle accounts. I am a steward, not an owner. Every dollar has a name. Every name has a purpose. Work does not attract money. Management does. I will always lose what I mismanage, but I will multiply what I steward. The King can trust me. Receive this blessing. Beloved, I desire above all things that you prosper and be in health, even as your soul prospers through order and obedience. May the peace of God guard your heart and your ledger. May wisdom establish your plans, favor confirm your steps, and the Lord make you ruler over much as you are faithful over little. See you next Sunday at the cabinet table. Entrusted, accounted, multiplied. Peace and promotion be upon your house.